And beautiful music from the Fretless live on WNCW and Studio B. An original composition on that?
Yeah.
Who got
Yeah,
to
that was Eric Chelper.
Yeah, I spent the summer in Montana in Glacier National Park with my girlfriend, and I have gone out there almost every summer of my life and finally got someone to come with me. And it was so smoky you couldn't even see your hand in front of your face. So I spent the time there sitting inside and wondering what it looked like out there beneath everything else. So it was sort of this nostalgic emo feeling of wanting to share something.
Well, was it wildfires or?
Yeah, it was the wildfires from Washington State. All blew straight into the valley there. And yeah, it was awful. Snowing ashes.
Well, that's Eric Wright on the cello. I haven't introduced you or haven't introduced yourself yet, everybody.
I'm Carnell Sawitsky, and I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan originally. Yeah.
It's a real place.
Yeah.
I'm Eric Wright, and I'm from North Pomfret, Vermont.
I'm Trent Freeman. I live in Vancouver.
And I'm Yvonne Hernandez, and I'm from Victoria, British Columbia.
Yeah, you've used a couple of guest vocalists, and tell us about that. You've got Ruth Moody and Oliver Swain.
Swain. They're both really good friends of ours, and they're wonderful musicians and singers, and we wanted to change it up a little bit. We love collaborating with other artists, and thought it would be really interesting to do a couple of vocal tracks to change up the instrumental, and got them to sing on a couple of tunes with us.
Yeah, as a quartet, we kind of have this neat little niche of being a folkier quartet that has the ability to back up a singer, and we kind of wanted to, it brings a whole new sound to what we sound like as a quartet, not just what a singer can sound like in front of us, but it brings out a whole other side in our playing as well. So yeah, it's one of our favorite things to do. And having Ruth Moody and Ollie Swain on there is, a real honor.
And every time we've ever played with a guest vocalist, it's usually the same reaction where it's a slight, it's a different experience for them, right? Like playing with a quartet and having really the cello be the percussion and kind of driving the beat, and it's a different experience and always kind of refreshing for everybody. So
yeah, and it's fun on this album too, because I don't know if you noticed, but the track that Ruth Moody sings, she usually sings folk styles, and was in a group called the Wail and Jennies, and on this one we had her singing a Radiohead track. So it's a cover of a
Airbag.
Airbag of a rock.
That's
a rock tune.
That's a Radiohead tune.
Yeah.
So she kills it.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
What do you know? Well, you are fresh off of the Folk Alliance in Kansas City earlier this month. Tell us about that.
Well, I was actually going to say what we listen to in the van right now is the 100 CDs that we collected at Folk Alliance from
stash.
So many amazing artists that we've never heard of, and it's a great place to connect with people that you do know from Folk Alliances in the past or from the road, and also just discover so much new music.
Yeah, like the ability to walk through 3 different levels of a hotel and see music in every hotel room and just find new music, like Trent said, that you've never heard of and you're just blown away by. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and I think we got a day off tomorrow, and I think Yvonne's finally going to catch up on the sleep that she missed out on there. Yeah.
There was just so much great music and so many wonderful friends who, it was kind of a bit of a reunion as well. If you tour, and then for us having gone to school in Boston, there's a lot of amazing musicians and bands coming from there as well, and from all over the world. This is kind of your 3 or 4 day chance to play music together, to hang out, to catch up, and to listen to music, and it was pretty great.
It's a really fun high school reunion.
Well, no, musicians from folk festivals all around the world, and so there people are playing showcases in hotel rooms until 4 a.m. every day. And then it starts again at 9. So, yeah, it's great.
Also on your website, I enjoyed looking over the photo journal of your tour from Jenna Sholdis.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, she's a friend from Victoria, BC. Her and her husband are actually both photographers, and we had the opportunity to bring her on tour for, I think that was a month.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think she took something like 30,000 photos over the month. She was just snapping all the time. And it was great because, I mean, you know, at first you have a photographer with you and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to be the best version of myself. But after a few days, you're back to just your plain self. And
that's what she wants.
Yeah,
that's what she wants to
exactly.
capture.
And she has obviously a great artistic eye, and some of the moments that she captured that we weren't even aware that existed. That's the real, I think, magic. So it was really fun having her with us.
I think was part of the description saying making art out of the mundane.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
People often have this romantic idea of what a tour is like.
Yeah.
And it's usually just a lot of travel and rooms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not as
Exactly.
glamorous as you think, but it is very fun.
A lot of trying not to eat French fries every night.
That's the name of your next solo album.
Trying not to eat French fries. Oh, God.
We're live with the Fretless on WNCW, and they're playing at Westminster Music Hall on the 27th and on the 28th at Isis Restaurant and Music Hall. And the fretless.com is where you can find out more about them and their new self-titled record. Have you got one more?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we playing?
Sure, we're gonna do a combo of a traditional tune and a tune that Carnell wrote, called "The Hopeless Six," jumping into the Maids of Castlebar. This is a new set. We're working on a new album at the moment as well. So we've played a couple off of our upcoming album.
And that photographer just had a baby, so we'll dedicate this to Emmeline.
Thanks so much, WNCW. Great.